everyone, and welcome to the Teachers and Students series, where character meets learning. If you are just joining us, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about a powerful topic that we are struggling with, that students are struggling with, and they rarely admit. And that brings us to today's topic, the fear of asking questions. If you have ever stayed silent in class, or even when you don't even understand something that your teacher is teaching you, this video is for you. Let me start by telling a story, but before I start, have you ever thought, what if my question sounds stupid? What if everyone laughs? What if my teacher thinks I am not smart? So instead of you to speak up, you stay quiet. Yeah, I've been there also. Now the story begins like this. I was in class as of last week, and I have this student that don't usually ask questions in class. So I threw a question to the student, and she murmured, like she says it's very low, and I heard her and I said, "What did you say?" She laughed and I said, "You have to repeat what you said." And then she answered, and that was the right question. That was the right answer to the question. When I told her that if you had stayed silent, you wouldn't have known that the answer you were about to just say was the correct answer to my question. Her face lit up. She was so happy, like she could finally break that shell of staying silent in class instead of speaking up, because you will be corrected by your teacher as students. And then she laughed and said, "How do you feel answering my question, or how do you feel the force of me telling you to speak up?" She just laughed and said, "I feel better now." And as from that day, she has been so eager for her to ask questions in class, for her to even answer questions in class, and that's what every student should imbibe in their day-to-day activities in school. For you not to ask questions is just staying silent and not being corrected. You don't know if that answer you have in you is not the correct answer. So when you speak up and your teacher corrects you, that thing stays in you, the memory stays in you, and you be like, "Oh, I answered this question, and when I said, okay, instead of saying this, you can say this." So you've changed the perspective of the way you view that topic, and it stays with you forever. Most of the time, the fear comes from self-doubt, fear of judgment, or past experiences. One of the rules and regulations I have as a teacher in class is that do not make jest of your classmates or your schoolmates, regardless of the age or anything. No, do not make jest of it. Some students will be like, if I ask this question, my classmates will laugh. If I ask this question, won't my teacher say I'm not smart enough? So one thing you should imbibe as a student is to not make jest of your classmates. And as a teacher, always give room for confidence in your class. So children or students do not feel pressured when they are in your class. So we worry about what others will think, and instead of focusing on what we will learn. As a student, we worry that, my classmate is going to talk, my teacher is going to say something, they are going to talk bad at me. Instead of us worrying about what we are to learn at that very moment, we worry about what others will say. And that's not what life is about. If you want to learn, just speak up. You speak up so that someone can correct you and you have a fresh perspective of that topic. Asking questions is a sign of curiosity, and it helps you grow better, understand better, and gain confidence. That confidence will be there. Like I'll just be like, I answered this question. I'll speak in a video, be like, I answered this question, and when I'm saying, you got it right, like thumbs up. They love that. And if you as a student do not speak up, there's no way your teacher can open your brain and put it inside. So you will have to speak up for her to enlighten you more or shed more light on the topic. So there are chances it might even be open others to speak up. In a situation whereby in a teaching forum, whereby someone decides to speak up and the student decides like, "Oh yeah, madam, yeah, I wanted to ask that question." I wanted to. They wanted to, but they didn't ask it. So that student that spoke up was like a brave one to like break that shell of not wanting to ask questions in class. So they'll be like, oh, madam, me too, I wanted to say, and from there, some question might even pop up, and every one of them understand that topic better. So as a student that decide to speak up in class, is either you yourself out of curiosity, secondly, you might even be helping another person learn better because the person decided to stay silent. So what are the tips that you can use to overcome this fear of not wanting to ask questions or people talking back at you or people laughing at your question? Number one, change your mindset. There is nothing as stupid question, just the unanswered ones. There is nothing like stupid question, just the unanswered ones that are stupid. I don't think you're getting me. So when you decide that you don't want to ask your teacher this question, it's not that you're stupid or this thing, but it's just you putting back what you should have actually asked. So there is nothing like stupid question. The unanswered one will forever be in your heart and your teacher wouldn't know. So you have to change your mindset that I don't care what anybody says. What I care about is what I will learn through this question. Number two, start small. Start with simple dialogues or ask after class. You know, there are some students, despite the fact they want to ask questions, they can decide that, oh, I don't want to ask it in class. I don't know what my classmates will say. So as a student, if you don't want that maybe embarrassment or you have not overcome that fear of asking it in class, go to your teacher's staff room after class, go to our office and ask that question. And as a teacher, when you now come back, your teacher can say, oh, so okay, this student came to my office and asked this question. I thought that you too want to learn from it. And from there, it boosts your confidence and be like, okay, my teacher brought my question to the class. So you just start more to break the fear of that, to break the fear of you asking question. Go to our office, go to his office, and then you get your correct question. And when she brings it back, she will bring more highlights for you to understand even better. Number three, remember you are not alone. Whether you ask questions, you are often helping others. You might even be the brave one asking that question, like I said earlier. You might even be the brave one asking that question. Sometimes you raise your hand up and you talk, and your classmates started murmuring, madam, yes, we wanted to ask that question, yes. Like you have to be like, I thought I asked that. Who asked question? Who has a question in mind to ask? But you all decided to keep silent. Someone decided to talk. That's the brave one. And you can't be that brave one. So as a student, just break the fact that no, my question has to be a question and not stupid. Just the unanswered ones. So just make sure you speak up in class. That's number 3 tips to overcome the fear of asking questions. Number 4 is practice self-confidence. I used to do this when I was in secondary school. No, I think junior secondary. I used to ask questions in class because I'm a talkative. I used to ask questions. So sometimes before, when I still have the fear of asking questions, I usually stand in front of the mirror and display. Like I'll just stand and be like, okay, I say this, I say that. I'm not going to look at them. I'm not going to look at my classmates. I'll just look straight into the teacher's eyes and ask my question. And until the question is being answered, I'm not going to turn my head. So that was my own mantra at that time, that even if my classmate laughs, I'm not going to look at them, because when they laugh, I'll feel like, oh, I'm not smart enough. I'm typical, I am smart. That's why I'm asking questions. You ask questions out of curiosity. Am I making sense? So when you decide to display, you might even be in your room and just be like, okay, I'll ask that. So it makes you practice self-confidence, and when you get to class, you just throw the question without fear. So number 5 says, stop being hard on yourself. Stop being hard on yourself. Learning is not about being perfect, it's about improving. You don't have to be perfect right from the time. You don't have to force it right from the time. You have to process it and say, I have to do this for me to get this. And trust me, when you do something to get something, you are going to get that. You ask question out of curiosity and your teacher answered that question. Trust me, you are getting that topic very well. You understand it very well because you asked question out of curiosity and you asked teacher what they say. The teacher asked, they answered the question, and then you are going to go and be like, yes, I remember this when I was in class. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just know that your voice matters. Your question matters. You know, sometimes some people leave question and in the students setting, some people leave question to those people that can ask, and from then they learn braveness or let's say self-confidence. They know that this particular person is going to ask this question. So some people will just be like, my teacher is done, I'm just any ask this question. Even you as classmates, make sure you push each other into improving. You've always been the best, like you ask questions and people be like, oh, how do you do this? Just ask it. Like, just ask it. I'm always a fan of pushing others. Like, I want you all to improve because my circle has to improve. My classmate has to be at the top. So I will push each and every one of us to ask this question. Even if the teacher said that this time you're not supposed to ask like that. You learn more from there. But in situation whereby you now decide that you want to leave the question to yourself, then you are leaving more learning or more improvement to yourself because you are going to improve. So cultivate the habit of eliminating that fear. Like, you don't need it. Don't let anybody take your growth from you because they will talk about it. So, and your desire to learn is something to be proud of. Don't let fear steal your chances of growing. Don't let that fear come. Eliminate that fear. Remove that self that you are the best yourself. You are the best. People will look up to you. If your voice is to be reckoned with. Your voice matters. So as students, don't think that, oh yeah, we're doing something. No, you're not. It's just curiosity. And today I would like to bring my everyday mantra to you guys. As you all know that I am a teacher, so over my years of experience in teaching industry, I have this mantra I used to say when I'm about to leave the classroom, when I'm about to leave, when I pass knowledge on to others. I usually say, and until we meet again, and until we meet again, and my students will say, be academically fit. So it's just for me to just improve their self-confidence over time, and I use it to make sure that they read their book. Because anytime I'm stepping inside the class, I'll ask them who read over the weekend or read overnight, just to make sure that their voice are being heard. So to you, my YouTube fan, and until we meet again, please be academically fit. And I'm still your favorite host, Adeyemi Adiola. Please like, comment, and share as you might be helping someone. As a teacher, you can play it for your students. As a parent, you can play it for your children, as you might be helping them boost their self-confidence. And please, you can share it to your teachers forum, your parent forum, because this channel is dedicated to bringing everything education to your timeline. Thank you, and God bless you.